The American people are in trouble, all because of one thing: stimulus. The US government gave us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Actually, they gave us thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That is why we are in trouble. But let me explain. The US government, they gave us stimulus. They gave us a lot of it. They gave us $1,200 stimulus checks to start. Then on top of that, they gave us $600 checks in addition to unemployment benefits. And on top of that, they gave us another $600 check, another $1,400 check. They gave us PPP loans. They gave us increased nutrition assistance. They gave us a pause on student loan payments. We got mortgage forbearance of up to 18 months, which was incredible. We got, you couldn't be kicked out of your apartment because if you couldn't pay your rent, well, too bad. There was a ban on evictions. So again, that was huge to a lot of people. And again, all this money came around and we utilized it. And now here's the problem. The US government is blaming us. It's blaming you and I for causing additional inflation, for seeing inflation go to 9.1%. It's because of us. The problems with banking, it's because of us. The stock market selling off, it's because of us. Crypto falling, it's because of us. That's what we're being told. Now here's what I can tell you. All of this money helped out millions and millions of people. This was a blessing when we got it. When we got that $1,200 stimulus check and we could pay our rent because we were going to be told to stay home for just 2 weeks. Well, that $1,200 was a blessing. We needed it, right? Here's the thing. Right now, inflation has gotten so bad that a lot of people keep on asking, are we getting any additional stimulus checks? Are we going to get a payment from the state, from the federal government, maybe even our county or city? And the answer to most of those questions are no. We are not going to get another stimulus check from the federal government. That's not happening right now. However, here's the main thing, and we've heard this from multiple lawmakers. We could see universal basic income in the event that unemployment skyrockets. And it's because of, new technology. Not necessarily because, businesses are struggling, but because of new technology. Well, guess what? Guess what some of that PPP money did? It paid businesses, went straight to the business to reinvest back into the business, hire employees, keep them on, and guess what? Yeah, work with new technology. So what we are about to see is we're going to see a shift. We are going to see a shift from where we went from pre-pandemic, technology and routines, right, and systems, and now we're going to shift into the post-pandemic. Well, guess what? It's going to look a lot like what happened over the past 2.5 years. Yeah, people are going to be working from home. They'll be doing tasks online. I talked about this, just the other day, where, I actually went and I didn't need to go to the bank, right? And I talked about this a couple days ago. I talked about a little bit about this morning as well, where I didn't need to go to the bank for anything. And this is why banks are closing. Banks are closing because we don't need them. We can do online banking. We can take a picture of our check with a smartphone and it deposits the money right into our account. That's incredible. But you know what that does? It eliminates the tellers at the bank. You need an ATM machine? Yeah? The automatic teller? Guess what? That means there's no person behind it, right? It's all the systems, right? The process. And this is what's very troubling is millions and millions of people could be pretty much forgotten. Tellers at a bank, yeah, they could be going away, right? We could see a lot of jobs go away simply because of new technology. And you know why? Because of stimulus, because of that money that we got from the federal government. So that's part of the problem. One other thing that you need to understand, though, is even though that's part of the problem, the other issue is that the American people, and again, this is where millions of people are kind of in trouble now, is because we have taken on loans that we cannot afford. Go and get that new car, right? Go and get that new car, $60,000. Oh, sweet. You're looking all good in it. But what happens when you lose your job? What happens when you can't make that payment? And when you got that loan, was it because of a $1,200 stimulus check? Was it because of that $1,400 stimulus check, where maybe you and your spouse got it, right? You had $1,800 or $2,800 coming in, right? And you got that loan that cost you $750 a month. Yeah, it was easy then, but now we are in trouble, and it's because of stimulus. Now, I don't want to bash on what was done, because again, it's over with. We have to learn to live with it. But during that time, that money that we got from the federal government, that was huge. That was a blessing to millions and millions of Americans. The only problem is now we got to live with it. And you know what it's done is it's caused inflation. So everything that we've ever known costs more money, right? Anything in our community. Millions of people have been priced out of the communities that they've lived in for years, for decades, for their entire life. Millions of people can't afford basic food. Millions of people cannot afford the medication that they need to stay alive, simply because it's more expensive, costs more money. That's why. And now the issue is the U.S. government is putting the blame on us, on you and I. Simply, and as a result, guess what's going to happen? We are going to go into a recession. And I know a lot of people have talked about this before, and it's like, we're already in a recession. Yeah, honestly, I think we are in a recession, have been for a while. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that you need to understand. When we go into this recession, it is going to impact every single person. It is going to impact the lower income households. It's going to impact the middle income households. And it is going to impact the rich, the wealthy. You know how it's going to impact them? They have had money sitting on the sideline. Just like I've been telling you guys. Take some of that money. Don't put it all into paying off your somewhat good debt, right? Like and again, I'm not financial advice, but if you have a home loan and your interest on that's like 3, 4, 5%, guess what? Inflation's higher than that. So it doesn't make sense to pay off your mortgage. It just doesn't make sense. Take some of that money, pay off your credit cards, right? Put a little bit of money aside, pay off that car loan that is just outright expensive. Take some of that money and pay off, maybe you have a boat or an RV, pay that off, right? Put a little bit of money aside for an emergency fund, because you're going to need it. Take some of that money and maybe put it into just a basic savings account, not an emergency fund, just a little rainy day fund, right? Then the money you have left, you can use. But again, it comes down to managing your finances. Now, I've been saying this for a while. The federal government is not going to bail us out this time. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. The American people are going to pay. You know who's going to pay? And you know why we're going to pay? Because businesses are struggling. You know who the federal government bails out first? They bail out businesses. They bail out the airlines. They're going to bail out the banks. That's who they're going to bail out. You think they're going to give us another $1,200? No. You think that money's going to come back? No. We are going to get screwed, and it's simply because they've already given us the money that they've given us. Now, nothing else is coming. So, just wanted to leave you with that, give you something to think about, because again, that's the path that we're on. The federal government, and mainly the Federal Reserve, is going to come out. They're going to push us into a recession because of raising rates. Once they push us into a recession, we're going to see businesses, banks, the airlines, they're going to struggle. They're going to ask for a bailout. Congress is going to give them a bailout, and the American people are going to be stuck footing that bill. So again, be ready. It's simple. Stimulus was the start of the problem. Well, we know what the start of the problem was, but the reason why we had to use stimulus. Now, the U.S. government is going to slowly claw that back if they haven't already, and we're kind of stuck. So again, as I know more information as to what's going on and what direction we are headed, I promise I will fill you in on all the latest news and updates. All you got to do, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.